A game about a gas station. Who comes up with such an idea? If it wasn't for me getting a key code, I probably would never have thought of playing this game. It feels like an odd concept, and I was skeptical at first, but sometimes the strangest ideas are actually a brilliant creation. So what is this about? A gas station, or rather a really run-down building in a neighborhood that you only stop to fill up your car? This is not a place for tourism. Living here is like giving up contact with civilization, but here we are in the middle of the wasteland. It's you, a gas station, and a Nintendo Switch. So, why are we here? Because we have invested in a gas station that we bought from a relative. There is a narrative in the game, and it's very simple. As gas station owners, we have to get it back on its feet. Everything, and I mean everything, is worn out. The buildings need to be repainted, rubbish and rubble need to be cleaned up, new furniture needs to be bought in, and we have to get an income. So how to make money in this game? There are three main ways. Refuel cars, sell goods in the shop, and repair cars. Whether it's day or night, customers will visit as long as you stay open, and it can get really busy. I noticed that from the very beginning I was overwhelmed with tasks, almost to the point where I felt stressed. How to manage everything. It's not just about helping customers, you also have to keep clean, throw away rubbish, order goods, petrol, and fill up the shelves. But the customers will not wait for you. If you take too long, they will give up and walk away. You lose money. But over time, you can hire staff. They want to be paid, of course, but can prove to be a good relief. Someone can now take care of the cleaning or the shop, so I can focus on refueling or repairing cars. There is always a balancing act between making sure there are enough goods and gas and ordering new goods before it runs out. And there is a simple system for ordering. On the one hand, you can check in the menu which goods you are short of, and in a computer you can then buy in what needs to be supplemented. Generally, I like the menus. They give a unified impression and are easy to use and navigate. The game has a clear progression. There is always a goal, a mission that must be accomplished, but challenges can be both varied and protracted. For example, refueling 100 cars or helping 250 customers. I get the point and realize that it will take a long time. You have to be prepared for the fact that it can be grindy, doing the same thing over and over until you finally get ahead. Personally, I have nothing against this way of playing, but you should be aware of what to expect, that there are many monotonous moments in the game. The game runs well on Nintendo Switch. There may be problems, for example with delivery trucks that do not work correctly, but the game's developers have come up with a good solution. By pressing a specific button, all traffic can be restored and any problems that may be perceived as bugs are deleted. Smart and very handy. However, I encountered a few NPCs who behaved a bit strangely. This character is unique. He has a movement pattern you rarely see these days. The ability to float and disappear into thin air is a quality few possess. Cool, but different. But overall I think this is a smooth game. An occasional crash now and then, but nothing that disturbs because the game autosaves often. The world you run around in may seem big on the surface, but it's actually quite small. After all, it's a gas station. Everything revolves around it. However, the environment is crammed with objects. Debris is visible everywhere. Piles of sand must be removed with an excavator. Rusty cars and other objects create a dirty and run-down workplace, but I really enjoy it. The developers have succeeded in creating a dystopian and dirty environment. However, you can see that the game has its limitations on the Nintendo Switch, especially noticeable on all NPCs. They look very grainy, like they are missing pixels. Sometimes there is also a sandstorm, but you don't see much of it. I wonder if it's graphically more visible on other consoles and PC, but on Nintendo Switch I wonder where it is. I can't see it. Gas Station Simulator is a game that in many ways shows what life can be at a real gas station. It seems like a stressful job and somewhat monotonous. Time and time again you help customers with their needs, whether it's refueling cars or selling goods in the store. That's what you can expect. But in this game there are more to it than just selling and stocking up on items. One can also level up by performing enough services. A certain level is needed to be able to develop your gas station or some other building. For example, this is a house with potential. It may not look like much, but by leveling up and upgrading the buildings, the environment becomes alive and better chances are given to earn more money. It's definitely an entertaining aspect of the game, seeing how everything evolves over time. I found it to be a bit addictive. Even though one's assignment can be perceived as tedious at times, I found it difficult to stop. I want to take the next step to achieve a goal of creating the best gas station ever. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. I review new games every week. Have a good day. See ya!